I'm a big wrestling fan. Many years. I grew up. I saw the Stone Cold era, the Rock era, Undertaker evolve into what he did become. The Dead Man later on, the Ministry of Darkness, which pretty much was dark, and then all the other things. There was a couple times where I turned away from wrestling from WWE, well, WWF, WWE. I turned away 2 times in my life. Now there's a third time. But the first time was this. When, okay, well, I guess maybe it wasn't 3, it was 2. Okay. So DX, when I was a kid, I didn't understand. So they were going against authority, and that's cool. But they didn't have to take God's in vain. They didn't have to say, God, damn. They didn't have to say it. They said it in a segment. They said all the things that they're not supposed to do. They're not supposed to say it. Then, years later, fast forward to 2005 or 6 era. It was around 2006. JR took Guys in the Rain in a segment. He took it. It was probably a slip, of course, but my family, we all turned away from it for, several weeks. If it wasn't a few months, it was several weeks, maybe a month or 2. It was right before DX reunited in 2006. And I told my dad it was going to happen and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, there was that and stuff. So there was that time where we did turn away from it for a moment because of our stuff. Anyway, Cody Rhodes, you're not the epitome of John Cena. John Cena is a douchebag who apparently did sell his soul to Hollywood and is an asshole. And you don't mind taking Guys in the Rain and his own stuff because he blames God and he curses God because he don't believe in God. So he takes and curses God and blasphemes God in his movies. That's not someone that parents should be looking for their children to actually look to as a role model. It's the opposite. John Cena is a punk. He's a douchebag. People are born the way they are, the way that God made us, born to a degree, but God never made anyone born LGBT and things like that. Don't get me wrong. He never made anyone born to a serial killer or murderer or, gangster or all this other stupid stuff, that crime that's, rampant. We choose our lives. And God lets us live our lives, and we choose him or not, So you choose to reject the Lord, that's on you. Don't blame God. And then Cody Rhodes comes in. He acts like he's the new Cena. And I was with you, Cody. I was with you all the way until literally this last Monday night on Raw. You took my God's name in vain. Don't act like you're a Christian. Don't act like you believe in Christ. Because you wouldn't sell your soul to sit there and do that, would you? And if you did, and if you do, and you would, what the hell were you thinking? What are you teaching other children? What do you think? What are you teaching other people? That's evil. You literally, are the part of the big reason right now, because you had no problem. AEW had no problem with it. And that's why I turned from them. John Moxley and your GEDs, GED stuff and everything. Nah. This is not cool. I'm done with wrestling. And Cody, you're the reason. You literally created AEW so they can do this, and then you yourself crushed WWE. And you and Paul, when Paul said, or whatever, or gave you permission, or maybe you didn't know about it, but The Rock, you don't believe in God. You're not a Christian, Rock. Don't claim to be. Dude, you said in the interview that you go and you have your alone time 1 hour a day, that you meditate and that you worship your own God or whatever, yada, yada, and that you think about poontang when you're in there doing it. You said it in the interview. People can look it up. Rock, you think you are God or that you're your own God. You better literally get your life right. Like you better get your life right with God and with Jesus Christ, because there's only one way, there's only one truth, and one life. Rock, you are nothing. If I could see you face to face, I would tell you your face. You are nothing, and you will die nothing. The people that remember you now will forget you when you do die, because they will grow up, they'll live on, and everyone else after will forget about who you are, who you were. Unless you literally turn your life to Christ, you give your life to God, you are nothing. I'm nothing. I'm homeless. I hold a sign for a living to make for my family so that we can have a roof over our heads. For 5 years now, I've been doing it. By God's grace, we've been having a roof over our heads. Nothing you could do or tell me, Rock, and tell me that I'm less of a man. Because at least I don't go around taking God's remains and running my mouth telling people, oh, I want to own your soul. Rock, God owns all souls, not you. Remember that. Now, do you smell what God is cooking?